The station was quiet, too quiet. Admiral Kelt of the Veruin Combine stood at the center of the observation chamber. His 4 eyes scanned the rows of delegates seated before him. Species from 20 systems sat in orderly lines. Armor, silk. Scales, fur. Steel implants. Row 1 held the predators. War, racers. Famous killers. Row 2 held the thinkers. Engineers, strategists, psychics. Row 3 was considered harmless. Civilians, observers, minor species, support staff. That was where the human sat. She wore plain grey clothing, no insignia, no visible weapon, dark hair pulled back tight, hands folded, spine straight, eyes forward. Her name tag read simply, E. Carter, Terran Liaison. Kelt dismissed her without thought. He should not have. The emergency meeting had been called for one reason. The enemy was coming. The Devourers had crossed the outer rim. They were ancient, relentless, biological machines bred for extinction. Worlds fell in days. Fleets vanished in hours. Every species present had lost something. Some had lost everything. Kelt raised his voice. The Combine demands a unified response. Holograms flared to life. Images of shattered planets filled the air. Oceans boiled. Cities cracked. Moons split. Fear rippled through the chamber, except in row 3. The human did not react. No flinch, no widened. Eyes. No sign of panic. She simply watched. Kelt continued. Our projections show total collapse within 5 cycles. Murmurs spread. A reptilian general slammed his claw down. We should strike now. A crystalline envoy chimed. We should retreat to dark space. An insectoid queen clicked. We should hide. The room dissolved into noise. Still the human remained silent. Kelt noticed at last. His gaze lingered on row 3. You there? Terran, all eyes turned. The human looked up. Yes, Admiral. Her voice was calm, almost bored. You have not spoken. She nodded. You did not ask. Some delegates hissed. Others laughed. Kelt frowned. Do humans have no fear of the Devourers? She tilted her head. We do. That was all. Kelt pressed on. Then why are you silent? She considered. Because you were discussing the wrong danger. The chamber froze. What? She stood. Row 3 shifted uneasily. The human stepped forward. No guards moved. She did not feel threatening. That was the mistake. The Devourers are not your real problem. Anger flared. A warlord growled. Careful, little primate. She did not look at him. She looked at the hologram. You are planning to fight them like an enemy. She tapped the air. They are not. Kelt crossed his arms. Explain. She inhaled. They are a system correction. Confusion spread. They do not conquer. They reset. Murmurs rose. They target expansion curves, resource extraction, energy spikes. She pointed at a shattered world. You met every condition. The chamber went silent. You triggered them. Outrage exploded. That is impossible. They are monsters. They are evil. The human shook her head. They are automated. That word cut deeper than any insult. Kelt leaned forward. How do you know this? She finally smiled. Because humanity met them first. Shock rippled. That is impossible. They emerged beyond the rim. She nodded. We thought so too. The lights dimmed. A new hologram appeared. Human worlds burning, falling, gone, gasps, echoed. We lost 12 systems in 3 months. Her voice stayed steady. No negotiations, no warnings. She let the image linger. Then we stopped them. The chamber erupted. Lies, propaganda, humans exaggerate. Kelt raised a hand. Silence. He looked at her. How she met his gaze. We did not fight them. That made no sense. We studied them. She paced slowly. We noticed patterns. She gestured to the projections. They appear where growth exceeds sustainability thresholds. She tapped again. They destroy. Then they leave. Always. The room was still. So we changed. Laughter broke out. You cannot change biology. She nodded. You can change behavior. The laughter died. We collapsed our own expansion. Shock hit like a wave. We shut down colonies, evacuated worlds, reduced energy output, destroyed our own megastructures. Some delegates looked sick. Why would you do that? Because extinction was cheaper. Silence. The devourers passed us by. Kelt whispered, You crippled yourselves. She smiled again. For a time, the hologram shifted. Human worlds rebuilding. Smaller, denser, efficient. We redesigned everything. Closed systems. Zero waste. Minimal signatures. Her eyes hardened. Then we waited. A general hissed. For what? She looked at row 1. For you, the words landed heavy. You rebuilt after hiding. She nodded, double quote, yes. And now she spread her hands. You are glowing like a beacon. Fear took root. Kelt swallowed. You came to warn us. She shook her head. No. The room chilled. We came to decide. Decide what? Whether you survive. Rage exploded. Weapons powered up. Guards surged forward. She did not move. Stand down. The command came from Kelt himself. He stared at her. You were threatening us. She met his gaze evenly. No, we are offering you a choice. What choice? Change, silence, or be erased. The devourers were no longer the scariest thing in the room. Why help us? She answered, without pause. Because if you fall, they will adjust, and then nowhere is safe. Kelt felt cold. What do you want? She exhaled slowly. Immediate shutdown of expansion projects, resource caps, shared sustainability protocols, human oversight. Outrage flared again. You want control? She shook her head. We want silence. She looked up at the stars, quiet enough to be ignored. The chamber debated for hours. Threats, accusations, fear. Through it all, the human waited. Finally, Kelt spoke. We accept provisional terms. Relief rippled. She nodded, double quotes good. What happens now? She turned to leave. Now, we teach you how to disappear. As she walked back to row 3, the delegates watched her with new eyes. She sat again, hands folded, quiet, harmless. They had missed the real danger. It had been sitting among them the whole time, watching, waiting. Humanity had not survived by being the strongest, or the fastest, or the most advanced. They survived by knowing when to hide, and by deciding who else was allowed to. The devourers never noticed the station. The lights dimmed. The galaxy grew quieter, and somewhere in RO3, the real threat smiled. Asterisk.